Greetings. It's like the 19th, and I watched a movie I'm going to talk about, and it wasn't, well, let me just dive right into it. I was going through Tubies. I just typed, I was looking for Poltergeist, and I think I said that in the Joker's Poltergeist review. Anyway, I saw all these clown movies, and I was, oh my god, there's like like 30 or 40 clown movies that I even checked out the trailers for some. I don't know why. I'm just desperate for anything, so I settled on Clownado from 2019. It's a Todd Sheets movie, so I wrote down, like on IMDb, it has like a title and then the review. So here's some of the titles, or just like a sentence they put before the review in bold letters. Some of the worst acting I've ever seen and heard. Truly terrible in every way, not one redeeming feature. Complete waste. Beyond bad. Awful. And this is just all they wrote for a review. This was not quite the film I was expecting. The tornado was fairly disappointing. So, Clownado, I'm sorry to say I liked it. I know it's terrible. It's not scary. It's stupid. It's almost not so bad it's good, just bad. But I mean, I gotta say that I enjoyed it. It starts out like it sounds like a crime noir. There's a dame and a guy. He's gonna help her, like, I guess, kill her boyfriend. They're gonna take his money and run. But then her boyfriend comes in. I guess owns a circus. He's a circus leader, crime lord, I guess. And he makes his girlfriend shoot her new boyfriend in the head. And, like, he holds the gun in her hand, and then she gets this gypsy lady to put a curse on her boyfriend and his clown goons. And it just, like, I don't even know what it did, but it turns him into it puts them in a tornado. It actually just seems to give them more power. I guess they thought they would be just sucked up into the atmosphere, not become a Clownado. And it jumps to a year later, and there's a black dude dressed up like Elvis hitchhiking, and I was like, where is this going? Gets picked up by this, like, hillbilly redneck guy. They stop at a bar, and there's this girl dancing topless on the bar. And she's been in a lot of Todd Sheets movies. She shows her boobs just out there, man. And that's one thing. There's like three girls that show their boobs, and I was like, how does this director get them to do that in this, like, really low budget movie? That, oh man, I mean, Todd, I looked him up on IMDb. He's made like 52 movies since the 90s. A lot of them, I've seen a few. They're okay. I actually bought one, Dreaming Neon Purple. I didn't know who Todd Sheets was. It just looked kind of cool. Trailer looked cool. I watched it a few times, and ultimately I gave it away. I don't even. Did I give it to you, TZ? Let me know. I might have given it to Stan. But anyway, Clownado. So the redneck, Big Ron, I think his name is, and I think the Black Elvis impersonators. And I was like, Black Elvis, that's Cool Keith. He's Black Elvis. So they go to this bar where the girl's swinging her boobs around. Some guy tries to touch her. They get into like a little brawl. And then Linnea Quigley slithers out of the back room. And it's a 2019 Linnea Quigley. And it's so dumb. It's like, it's supposed to be the same character from Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bolorama. oh, like that's exciting. So she fires the naked dancing lady, and she takes off with Big Ron and Dion, and they go to a diner, meet some other people. They meet oh yeah, and there's also this girl and this guy's following her, so they all meet up in the diner. I thought there's some kind of funny parts. The naked dancer keeps calling the waitress Flo, and she's all, "My name's not Flo, it's Alice." And I guess that's dumb though, but it's funny they kept calling her Flo. And then the Clownado hits, and they start killing everybody in the diner. And I was like, wow, there's a high body count, lots of terrible gore. Someone said it looks like they use jam because they rip someone's throat out, and it's just like mush. But I was like, at least they're killing people. Like a lot of these other movies are just nothing happens. And from there on, it pretty much never stops. Like there's a huge massacre where the clowns are killing everybody in the diner, and then everybody runs out. So I thought, okay, and then now nothing's gonna happen. They keep chasing everybody, tearing them apart, ripping faces off, cutting into heads, gutting. I mean, it's terrible gore, but they tried. Looks like they really tried to do something. So I commend them for that. One of the Clownado clowns is a girl, and she shows her boobs, and she starts smearing all the fake gore on them, or the fake blood, and I was like, ugh, and it looked gross too. I was, how did he get her to do this? I mean, in like in a Hollywood movie, you know, they give you a lot of money. I don't think this girl got much money. And then it's just a chase from then on. Clowns are chasing the naked dancing girl, Dion, Big Ron, the girl they pick up. And it turns out the guy that was chasing the girl was her father. And he gets killed by the clowns. And then they run into some tornado or storm chasers. So they're all teamed up, getting chased by the clowns. And it's just, just a long chase. And they figure that if they shoot they're kind of like, oh my God, dry ice or something. I don't know what that stuff that freezes. Like they throw a canister into the tornado, it'll destroy it. So although they got to do something to destroy the tornado, so it's lame, but it's something. And then they do that, and then oh yeah, and I totally forgot about the girl in the beginning, the one that wanted to kill the clown leader. For some reason, they kill her, but she keeps resurrecting. And they cut her hand off, and then she jabs a butter knife in there or something. And I was like, hey, that's just like Dr. Chopper when Dr. Chopper stuck the knife in his stump, and it looked cool. It didn't look as cool, but I get the idea. So she's trying to kill the head clown. Can't remember his name. He might be Big Ron, actually. Anyway, so she has a showdown with the clown leader, and then the movie ends. Some things I really didn't like about this were it's an hour and 45 minutes, and you feel every minute of it. Even though there's a lot of like fighting and killing and gore and bloodshed, which was good. I enjoyed it. It just overstays its welcome. I mean, this movie like this should not be an hour and 45 minutes, maybe 80 minutes for something like this. And then there's there's the Elvis impersonator, the guy that picked him up, the naked dancing lady, the kid. Well, she's an adult, but looks like a kid. And then the storm chasers. That's like 6 or 7. And they all live. Like I was like, they should be like 1 or 2 survivors all messed up and bleeding and wounded. So yeah, none of the good guys get killed. I don't know why. That would have been something more. They do kill a lot of people though. And oh yeah, also the clowns, the dude overacts so bad, but in a way that was good. His clown posse, they look like clowns, but also they could have done cooler, like evil makeup. It's just a little nitpick though. Like they looked like clowns, but I noticed like some of the makeup looked just not put on all the way. They could have had some cool designs. It just made them look more evil. They weren't masks. It was makeup, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, this is a terrible movie. But like I said, I feel bad for saying it. I enjoyed it. Should you watch it? I don't know. It's kind of like a at your own risk. But I would give it a 2.5, just because it's just nonstop gore. And yes, like I keep saying, it looks bad, but there's so much of it. Like I was surprised. Like there's a lot of like blood spraying and leaking and bleeding and cutting and ripping. I was like, man, I'm surprised. Like, because a lot of these like these super low budget movies, they don't have that much gore, but this one really piled it on. So I'll give it a 2.5. Nails, Hands of Fate. You know, it's middle of the road, but it's just so over the top that I did enjoy it better than all these other movies. But I enjoyed it better than Satan's Slaves. And I guess technically Satan's Slaves is a better movie all around, but I didn't enjoy it as much as this. I looked up some of the Todd Sheets' older movies. He made a movie in '94 called Moonchild. I looked up the trailer. That looks awesome. It looks like it's shot on video, but there's so much going on. And it looks like exactly what it is, like a young filmmaker that hungry and thirsty to make a cool horror movie, and he did it like 30 years ago. And it's another thing, like he writes and directs he writes everything he directs. Not the greatest writer, not even a very good writer. So it made me think about Layman again. What a master he was at writing. And other writers too, not Stephen King or Dean R. Koontz. But there's some really good writers who know how to craft a story, and yeah, Todd Sheets isn't one of them. But I mean, he wrote it. It's something. But that's it. I'm off today. I'm not hungover. I'll see how many more I can do. And I'll see you.